Alright, so just to show you guys what I got going on here. So these ones are all laying on the ground. I've got them angled a little bit, and they're actually doing really well. Now these ones here, they only really are there to keep them out of the way, and they work in the evening. Before I had a different setup. They're paralleled with these so that they don't drag down the string of 5. So there's 5 of these that are paralleled with 5 of these, and then after the 5 here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These other 5 are in series with the rest of them, and they're going to my 48 volt system, which is nice. So the new ion rise panels are over here. They're in 2 series paralleled, and they're going in with these. These originally were on the back wall. I moved them because what happens is the sun gets, where is it at, right there, this wall starts to block the sun. So actually I'm going to scoot these forward a little bit. We have a major problem with grass and weeds and stuff growing when the monsoons are really bad, and the dirt here is just nasty all the time. So it actually would be better if it was covered in grass. But I cracked a panel the other day because I was out weed whacking, and it's what a bunch of really cool guys on the DIY solar forum told me. They're like, well, if you have your panels like vertically like that, you're going to break them. If you have them down like this, a rock is just going to skip across it if you throw up a rock, for most intensive purposes. So I don't want to break another panel. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just grab these right now while I'm out here. Just get it out of the shading. These panels are all from Santan Solar. Ooh, I thought that was a crack right there. It's a piece of grass. And they don't really do that good. I wouldn't buy them again. They seem like they do about 100 watts. I see this distinctive line here. I'm not sure what it is. I don't really see it except for in the camera. It's a shadow of some such. I guess it's probably that pole over there. So the sun's coming this way. We can see it. It's hitting these. These panels here would probably do a lot better if I angled them up a little more. The problem is we had a wind storm come through a few times and just blow a bunch of panels all over the place. And the funny thing is, there was like 4 panels here leaning up on this, and this used to be a greenhouse. It's had mint and stuff growing in there still. But I left a gap here because everything died underneath here. There's a giant onion plant. It died because they blocked out all the sun. So anyway, all these panels were over here, and they all got thrown all over the place. So they didn't break, but a little rock from a weed eater will break one. That's just kind of how it is. So I'm trying to get off of the 24 volt system because it makes a lot of noise in my radio, a lot. And I think that I could get rid of the 3000 watt inverter and the 2.4 kilowatt inverter and just run the other inverter, because it's 6,000 watts, and very rarely do I have a need for that. So we have an air conditioner over there, and we have an air conditioner over there. That one's pretty large, and then there's one in the shop. And the house doesn't really have central air, but if it did, I could probably run it off of this. I'd have to get a little more experimental with my panels. But let's come over to the radio. We have my live stream going, but you see, that's all coming from the green inverter, basically. And it's kind of a shame because I just bought these batteries at like $230 a piece. And they actually seem to be okay. They seem to be staying balanced. And actually, my system is putting out more power now because these lead acid batteries were tricking the system because they have no reserve capacity and they act like they're full when they're not. So we have, I can see 1.42 kilowatts coming out of there, and we had 207 watts out of this other group that's like 6 panels. And there's some other panels in a different location running over here. These all make noise. This thing makes a terrible amount of noise for ham radio. The only advantage with this is if you don't have enough solar, you can plug it in and it will share the load at the same time. This inverter will not do that. You can have it hooked up to 240 volts. It will kick over to the grid if you overload it. Now, I don't know if it's just if you overload it or if the solar's not enough, but it's really what they call purely off-grid. So, but it's pretty nice because you have the monitoring software, and you can, you know, anywhere you have an internet connection, you can log in and monitor. So, there's actually an app on the phone. It's not as good as the actual logging in on a web browser, but so just basically the other stuff wipes out the radio during the day, but I don't really use the radio that much during the day, so it's more towards the evening when it's dark out anyway. So I'm going to show you guys the broken panel real quick. And I had an idea. I was like, well, why don't we just spray paint this thing? So it was over here. I was weed whacking and it threw a rock up and hit it. And it hit it down here. And you can see, you know, the whole thing is completely shattered. I sprayed it with some paint. And you can kind of see where I painted it. It should be sealed, but I guess if somebody wanted to use this panel, it's going to have some loss probably, but not real bad. You probably could go ahead and cover it with some kind of wrap or something. Laminate is what I heard, and then it would probably work for a long time. It's just not worth it to me, because somebody, you know, wanted to experiment with it or something, you know, it'd be fun to use it for that. But like when you already have this many, you know, you're wasting your time with this. It was $44. I've had it for like 2 years, and these are already what they call cracked back panels anyways, so the backing is cracked and it's been filled with caulking. But if you were to put it like in a window, like right here, and just stick it in the window, it would probably be happy to charge a battery for you. We actually might even just do that. Just stick it in this window. I think it's too long though. So anyway, I needed to do something with all of these, and like one guy said, well, you need to just be spraying Roundup. Well, I haven't had much luck with that, and the weed eater just works really good, but I'm not going to use it anymore over here. I don't want to be breaking any of these, especially not these ones. They were a little more expensive. So anyway, we're just trying to catch as much of the sun as we can, you know.